I want to urge you all to play your role as member of this noble institute by conducting yourself in the most ethical manner befitting the institute and your good self. As member of the institute, kindly imbibe the virtues of honesty, integrity in your dealings as a worthy ambassador of the institute everywhere you go. Let me conclude by especially congratulating those to be decorated as fellows. Be reminded that to whom much is given, much is expected. So your induction as fellow of this noble institute imposes on you the challenges of having to henceforth stand tall in integrity and to uphold high ethical standards. I urge you all to strive at all times to do yourselves and your family proud by ensuring that excellence, honesty, transparency always reinforce all your personal and official conduct. I therefore congratulate the chairperson, the board, and council of the institute for making history today. I urge you all to relax as the occasion promises to be interesting, even as I warmly welcome all of you to this inauguration and induction ceremony. Thank you for listening. God bless you all.
I think we can do better than this. One thing I captured is to whom much is given, much is expected. And to whom the crowd fits, let him do what? Wear it. We are running time very, very behind, and we will crave the indulgence of Dr. Lawrence Debark, Chief of Mission International Organization for Migration, IOM in Nigeria, to please give us what it takes. I think he's the first person that came here, and please let us recognize him more because he has been here for a long time. Doctor, please.
My colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to stand on the established protocol. I would like to share my pleasure to be with you today at the inaugural ceremony of the GKU Institute of Leadership and Counseling. I'd like to congratulate already the organizers for this initiative. It gives me an opportunity to lend a voice to this critical discourse and share with you some of the International Organization for Migration experiences on the physical and emotional status faced by victims of irregular migration. Irregular migration remains a significant feature in our sub-region and an issue that continues to dominate policy and political discourses. As the United Nations Migration Agency, IOM works to help ensure the orderly and humane management of migration, promote international cooperation, assist in the search for practical solutions to migration issues, and to provide humanitarian assistance to those in need. This goal not only stems from the perspective of migration being a fundamental human right, but also because of the first-hand knowledge of the dangers that migrants may get exposed to when migration is not done in a regular manner, and when regular migration status becomes irregular. Irregular migration can be unsafe, with lower access to protection and support networks, but most significantly to risks of trafficking. The devastating stories and images of migrants by the irregular situations, the lack of social support networks from the family and the friends, situation of those migrants. Since 2017, IAM Nigeria has assisted the voluntary return of over 33,000 persons, out of which 4,487 were victims of trafficking, 1,983 were medical cases, 174 cases of victims of kidnapping, 149 victims of torture, 309 requiring mental health and psychosocial support, 105 were gender-based violence victims, 1,045 needed psychosocial support. As you can already imagine from these figures, these are physical and mental conditions requiring medical care, with some of these conditions being chronic. Although returnees face the same healthcare-related problems and economic circumstances as the general population upon their return, they are in many ways more vulnerable than the average citizens. This vulnerability is shaped by the stressful migration experience they went through, the lack of real financial ability, the social stigma attached to the return, and the high expectation among the community members. Even when adequate treatment is available, several factors affect the individual accessibility. These include the affordability of the treatment for an individual and the geographic and social factors that may determine whether or not the individual can actually use the treatment. More so, returned migrants with medical conditions can often have low expectations of earning enough money to sustain themselves and cover all the costs related to those treatments. It is against this backdrop that my organization, in a bid to ensure that the reintegration support provided to these people under assisted voluntary return and reintegration programs are sustainable. This is that the returnees reach levels of economic self-sufficiency, social stability within their communities, and psychosocial well-being that allow them to cope with migration drivers. In simple terms, this means that returnee reintegration is provided in a comprehensive manner by considering the various factors impacting an individual reintegration, including the economic, social, and the psychosocial factors across individual returnees, the communities themselves, and the structural factors at play. The optimal realization of the above approach involves a whole of government and whole of society, promoted by the Global Compact for Safe, Orderly, and Regular Migration, the most comprehensive framework for cooperation on international migration, which, among others, aims to facilitate safe, orderly, and regular migration while reducing the incidence and adverse effects of irregular migration through international cooperation. Nigeria is a champion of the GCM, and here at the local level, this whole of government and whole society approach has informed the support provided to the setting up and the strengthening of the reintegration coordination structures, the facilitation of the establishment of migrants resource centers, the collaboration with the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, in launching tools to ensure the standardized approach to the identification, the referral and the protection of the victims in line with the national referral mechanism, but also to support the development and the replication of the national migration policy, among others. Allow me also to recognize the active and restless engagement of all officials of the government, ministries, departments, and agencies in every step supporting victims of irregular migration and trafficking in persons. These interventions are not only geared towards ensuring that assisted voluntary returns are more sustainable, attractive, and acceptable to the migrants, with their rights protected, and the availability of access to seek redress provided where necessary, but it also strengthened the broad migration governance framework in Nigeria. This quest to enhance the broader migration governance framework has also been informed through the work around climate change and mobility, peace and security as drivers of stability, development and safe migration, and other projects related to regular pathways for migration. As IOM, we remain committed to support the government, working with all national government at federal and state level, other United Nations and international agencies, the civil society organizations, and all relevant stakeholders in ensuring that we change the narrative of migration to enhance regular pathways to migrants, and that we provide a safe environment for regular migration to take place, as this is important to reduce the risks faced by migrants who would otherwise have little choices but to move irregularly. I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate the organizers once again for this opportune intervention, as well as the work towards achieving the 2030 agenda, Sustainable Development Agenda, that recognizes migration as a core cross-cutting issue and it provides a universal lens for such a perspective. We remain committed to all areas of mutual interest and we look forward to pursue this together. Thank you.
Let's put our hands together once again. Please, may we crave the indulgence of the Controller General of Immigration give us a speech. The chairman of the occasion today, Dr. Michael Kiro, former Inspector General of Police, represented by Dr. Vedo Shiego Remadai, Lauren the Book, the country representative of the IOM, International Organization for Migration, the representative of the DG NATIP, the chairman of the JTU here in Nigeria, Dr. Elvis, my colleague of Civil Defense, representing the Civil Defense, Dr. Inauguration. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to everyone. I said good morning to everyone. Good morning. With my face very ugly. Okay, well, I'm representing, my name is George Didel, Controller of Inauguration, in charge of migration at the Directorate of Migration of the Nigerian Immigration Service headquarters in Abuja. I'm representing the Acting Controller General of Immigration, Mrs. Caroline Urola Depoju, FSI, Fellow of the Security Institute, who is also unavailably absent. As I speak right now, she's in Lagos on another official assignment. And she sends her greetings and that I should represent her here. Before I say a few words, I just want to correct an impression which we observed right from the introductory letter. Dr. Elvis, maybe take note, and the other members of the institute. You know, you talked about illegal migration. You know, Dr. Bob will agree with me that we no longer use that phrase now, illegal migration, because migration is a right of every human being. So you cannot call, even if it is not right, you cannot call it illegal, since it's a right of a person to be able to move. There's freedom of movement, even in our constitution and all constitutions all over the world. Yes, they entrench the issue of freedom of movement. So being in the migration space, we don't usually use that phrase illegal anymore. We rather use the phrase irregular. You know, we would rather say it's irregular if you have not met some of the requirements of traveling, or if you have breached some laws that has to do with movement or migration, we'll say you're irregular, rather than say that it's illegal. At this juncture, I'd like to welcome all of you once again. And on behalf of the Controller General, felicitate with JTU on this inauguration and induction.
See, the Nigerian Immigration Service is in the front line of issues to do with migration. And I know that it's on the front burners now all over the world, issues of migration. There is almost no country in the world now that doesn't have migration as a priority. Yes, for obvious reasons. One of, if not anything else, the risk that our young people take today in order to get across to other parts of the country, where they feel pastures are greener, or they feel life is much easier. But the truth is that it's not as easy as it looks. Some of us who have been privileged to have traveled to some of these developed countries, and even in an official capacity, we have seen where our young people, especially from Africa, are not having it good at all. They are facing very tough times. Already from the risk they took by traveling irregularly to find themselves traveling across the Sahara Desert, traveling across the Mediterranean Sea, in which many of them lose their lives. It's a thing of concern to not only the service, the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and most governments all over the world. Our partners like the IOM, UNODC, and other development partners, we have been working hand in hand to do a lot to discourage irregular migration. We know that, yes, we have challenges within our country, but there is no country that doesn't have challenges. No country at all that doesn't have challenges. And sometimes leaving home and taking the risk of going far away might not really meet those dreams that a lot of our youngsters think they can. The service is doing a lot of sensitization campaigns. Quite a number. In fact, sometime in December, we'll be coming up with Smuggling of Migrants Week, in which we intend to carry out the campaign again to the public to inform them on the dangers of smuggling in migrants and trafficking in persons. We have done a lot with IOM. They've taken us on a lot of trainings, a lot of capacity building processes on how we can discourage this issue of irregular migration. But back to the institute. JK is supposed to be a leadership institute, leadership and counseling. And well, I don't want to blame my country, but I know that a lot has to do with failure in government. There's a lot of failure in government. That's why a lot of people are traveling in droves out of the country to other parts of the world. So I'm hoping that your institute, Dr. Elvis, will do a lot, to encourage good leadership, so that our youngsters will not be leaving our country. By the time we have good leadership, I remember in the 80s, 70s, who wants to leave the country? Nobody wants to leave this country and go out, because conditions were much better here at home and even abroad. I remember in the 80s that 80 kobo was $1. The naira was much stronger than the dollar. People come into this country in droves from outside, and I'm believing to that in the very near future, the things will change around. Amen. Because seeing the way things are now in the world, I know that our country is not living well, trying at least our best. And I know that the youngsters that are coming up now, our younger generation now, really want to take up the issue of good leadership. Well, let me not say too much words. This is just to be an opening remark and a goodwill message. So on behalf of the Controller General of Immigration, Sworola Adepoju, we facilitate with this induction and inauguration ceremony, and we pledge to give all support that we can, and we wish you the best in your institute. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Let us put our hands together. You see why we gather in every of this kind of forum? Yes, he has brought a remark, which actually I was thinking I would bring during the discourse. No more illegal migrants, but irregular migrants. According to the Panama Protocol, I think you are right, sir. Let us put our hands together for him. Please, we shall be calling on the civil defense. So please give us his remarks. Thank you very much. That has made our very program a bit faster. Our civil defense here is on observer rule. So let us oblige him as we are also all observers. So,
the security.
so yes, please, we will recognize the remark from the napkin.
Thank you very much. The chairman ably represented by my other here, and then the Controller General of the Immigration Service, our sister agency, ably represented by the other speaker that spoke very well here for migration. And then the representatives of IOM, all of them are partners to us, and we are happy to be here. Once again, my name is Desmond Garba. I'm an assistant director with the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP. I'm here to represent my Director General, Professor Fatima Waziriazi, who is unavoidably absent. She wishes she was here in person, but somehow, you know, at this time, there are a lot of conflicts in other national assignments. And so she brings her apologies and said that she will represent her. Well, thank you very much. We're happy to be part of this inauguration and all this award-giving ceremony organized by JKU. For us, as in trafficking NAPTIP, we are delighted when we have a forum like this because our job is such that we cannot do it all alone. We, in most cases, will liaise with people who collaborate with every other person that is here, especially Nigerian Immigration Service, IOM, and all the rest of them. In most cases, most of the functions they have in IOM, we are involved in it. For instance, there is this TSI project of Nigerian Immigration Service that has sponsored by IOM. We are part of it and part and parcel of it. And again, we are happy because, you see, there's a thin line between smuggling of migrants and trafficking in persons. They are closely interrelated, but there's a thin line between them. And so most of it will lead to the other. Sometimes it starts with irregular migration, which is said no more illegal migration, irregular migration, and it leads to trafficking, and the other way around. And so we are happy to be part of this epoch occasion, this inauguration of JK Institute Leadership Counseling and all that. And I wouldn't want to talk much, but I just want to thank you people for making us part of this occasion. At the point also, I'm sure I will talk more since this one is just what do you call it? I know brief remark. When it comes to presenting paper, I think I'll talk well on some key areas that we all need to do. Once again, I want to thank you, all of you, for being here. May God bless all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let us now go to the welcome address by the chairperson of this great institute. Welcome address by Bishop Dr. Juliana King, chairperson, International Leadership Board, JILC, and president and founder, Juliana King University, Houston, Texas. Please, let's put our hands together for this great lady who has done so much. And we'll be looking forward for the address.
It's not audio. So it has audio. Can we play it from? Can we play the audio from here while she's?
Yes, I think so. Yes. Will it be loud
Yeah,
enough?
audio. If they bring the mic.
Okay.
If they bring the mic. If they get the mic. If they get the mic. Yeah. So,
Disaster management and social
so
development.
yeah, so they can just
Let them bring.
mic. Get the
Former inspector
Get the
general
mic.
of police,
Get the mic. Why you watch
Bring the
it?
mic.
Complete here.
Mr. Lawrence.
Complete here.
What?
So you
No, my name is.
you can just start it. You can just start it right, so that I'll play it here. Just start it there. No, just start it from fresh. Let it start from zero. Why I start from zero at the same time?
Hello, my name is Dr. Juliana King, president and founder of Juliana King University, Houston, Texas, and chairperson, International Leadership Board, JKU Institute of Leadership and Counseling. Your Excellencies, Dr. Beta C.A.B., Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Sir Dr. Mike Burma Okiro, former Inspector General of Police, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Mr. Lawrence Boak, Chief of Missions, International Organization for Migration, Nigeria, Head of Diplomatic Missions, International Organizations credited to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Chief of Defense and
To go you.
Navy, Air Force, and the Inspector General of Police, heads of federal departments and agencies of the government, heads of immigration, Nigeria's security and civil defense corps, and the Nigerian Correctional Service, heads of ecclesiastical organizations, traditional leaders, civil society organization, members of the media, Dr. Elvis Inyoko, President and Chairman of Council, JKU Institute of Leadership and Counseling, Nigeria, distinguished fellows and members of JKU Institute of Leadership and Counseling to be inducted today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this great occasion of immense importance to diaspora with emphasis on our modest land, awakening of diverse interests of purpose that will take our nation to epic transformation or ramifications. It is a great pleasure to deliver this opening remark to you virtually from Houston, Texas, USA, on this auspicious vocation. In a world of uncertainty today, and citizens in diaspora are taking flight and migrating to coexist wherever the journey leads. This is not the solution to the growing needs of citizen sovereignty. Today, leaders and experts will learn on how to bring solution to concern of illegal migration and the psychological impact on victims and the security forces, as well as the inauguration and induction of fellows and members of the JKU Institute of Leadership and Counseling. The topic of this national discourse is one of the first of its kind in the migration field organized by an institute in Nigeria. One of the objectives of an event such as this, one is to share information, to enhance the capacities and to strengthen the work and cooperation of local and international stakeholders in the migration field. Gathered here today with such broad representation is eloquent testimony to the great interest of government, local and international parties in migration. It is particularly that JK Institute of Leadership and Counseling will choose the vocation of its inauguration and induction of her fellow and members to host this important discourse in the great city of Abuja with its cosmopolitan population and African influence on commerce, culture, finance, fashion, entertainment, technology, and transport. This national discourse will offer a platform for both policy and operational perspective to share ideas and promote effective country practice related to migration management. Importantly, this course will also examine ways to prevent irregular migration and assess its psychological impact on victims and the security forces. JKU Institute of Leadership and Counseling is open to navigate solutions through collaboration in contributing effective leadership development and effective counseling skills to continue to create good governance, good organizational structure, and good work ethics, good administrative engine, advanced management capacities, and effective framework from lower level to high level of government, private sectors and agencies, faith-based and church organizations and individuals at large. The Institute experts are knowledgeable in academia research will package the organization's unique needs and present the most innovative, effective info that will be receptive and transform your organization. As leadership, development, and counseling expert, JK Institute will be open to collaborate with all the agencies mentioned in the text to broaden capacities and increase competency for better practice and effective results that will positively impact every area of influence. When the informative ideas are considered and implemented, the sovereignty of our citizens will be reassured. When reassured, the updates of the citizens' migration will be reconsidered and make policy decisions to remain in the mother's into the system and the development and the process of their community as they integrate. The principal foundation that I believe will revolutionize any leadership and counseling is the concept of inclusion and diversity. Trust me, this will change the leadership culture of our mother's land because it is a successful lifestyle other nations. For professionals that will be inducted today as fellows and members, be assured of the credibility and international recognition of JK Institute of Leadership and Counseling as a professional body that will develop your leadership and counseling skill and knowledge, achieve qualifications and certifications, and equip you with strategies and innovative ideas to better your organizations and communities. JK Institute of Leadership and Counseling is fully affiliated with United University, Houston, Texas, USA, based private university. As I wish you the best in your deliberations, on behalf of the International Leadership Board, I inaugurate JK Institute of Leadership and Counseling to the power that is above all, God Almighty, and to benefit of mankind, to the glory of God. Congratulations, JK Institute of Leadership and Counseling, for a successful convergence of honorable personalities and your high level of professionalism as you consummate JK Institute of Leadership and Counseling, JK Abuja Inauguration today. God bless you and experience a wonderful celebration, induction, and inauguration.
Well, we have had it all, and I stand to once again give a little apology for the break in transmission and other issues we had at the beginning. Please, we shall be going to the induction of fellows and members of this great institute. The induction of fellows and members of this great institute. Dr. Ellis.
Yeah. Please, can we have the fellows and members to be inducted? Please come forth to this seat, please. It's can you please shift this this forward? We also inducted. Please take your seats for you. Go forward. Collins, this film. Okay, and an address presented by Dr. Elvis Enyeko, President and Chairman of Council, JK Institute of Leadership and Counseling, at the inauguration and induction of fellows and members held at St. One Merit House, Maitama District, Abuja. I want to first of all recognize the chairman of this event, Sir Dr. Mike Okiro, the 13th Indigenous Inspector General of Police, ably represented by Dr. Gado Shehu MNI. We want to represent the representatives of the Comptroller General of Immigration, Nigerian Civil Defense and Security Corps, and that of NAFTA, and the representative of the International Organization of Migration, Mr. Goa. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this occasion of JK Institute of Leadership and Counseling, Inauguration and Induction of Fellows and Members, presented by a National Discourse on Illegal Migration and the Psychological Impact on Victims and Security Forces. I welcome in particular our pioneer fellows and members who have been inducted today to recognize and honor their academic and corporate achievements. You're all welcome. We have about 17 of you. Some of you are participating. They are not here, but the packages will be sent to them. And so it's not just this few that will have 17 of them. And out of this 17, we have over 14 that have been inducted as fellows of this great institute. This is just the beginning. It's a humble beginning. We are just starting. So we hope that one day we will get to the stage of ICANN and get to the stage of some other established institute. A leader is someone who can think for themselves and poses questions rather than just following the crowd. A leader is a potent motivator who encourages people to follow him by setting an example rather than demanding that they do so. A good leader constantly focuses on assisting others in completing their tasks rather than ordering them to do them. Even if there are numerous obstacles in the path, a leader will constantly consider how to accomplish the goal. Leadership is always about having an influence on others in a way that will assist them in achieving their objectives. It involves having the capacity to select the absolute worst, the absolute best image for performance. For a brighter future, it is important to see the wider picture. Finding the solution and working with the team are key components of leadership. Above all, leadership is about winning the team's respect and taking on the task fearlessly. It's about being determined to achieve your goal, listening to the team, and working together to find a solution. Great leaders don't just happen to be great, they also work hard to improve the world around them. When a leader is aware of the needs of their followers and attempts to meet those needs, that is when true leadership is demonstrated. JK Institute of Leadership and Counseling is an international professional body that seeks to develop leadership and counseling skills and knowledge in employers and employees alike, as we commit ourselves to help individuals achieve qualifications and certifications, equipping them with prospects and ideas for proper handling of societal challenges and to contribute to strategies and innovation for the betterment of societies. The Institute is fully accredited with the King University, Texas-based liberal arts institution. The Institute of Leadership and Counseling objectives include: 1, to promote good leadership and knowledge and practice amongst leaders in Nigeria's public and private sectors. 2, to promote good counseling knowledge and best practices among Nigerian citizens in the public and private sectors. 3, to advance education and research in leadership and counseling in Nigeria. 4, to run leadership and counseling courses, training and issue certificates to worthy participants and members. 5, to provide consultancy to private and public sector institutions in leadership and counseling. 6, to independently organize and implement seminars, workshops, forums, and symposiums on leadership and counseling. 7, to publish academic journals, newsletters, and periodicals in leadership and counseling. 8, to partner and collaborate with public and private sector institutions in the organization and implementation of seminars, workshops, forums, and symposiums on leadership and counseling. 9, finally, to undertake research in leadership and counseling. The Institute is honored to have as pioneer fellows and members quality and distinguished corporate and business leaders, and we are passionate about being a bastion of knowledge and research for their academic and corporate goals. Considering the great tragedies that illegal migration has become for thousands of Nigerian youths, with unwarranted deaths in the Mediterranean Sea, kidnapped by human trafficking rings, foreign priests to unscrupulous organ harvesters, we deemed it fit to choose and address illegal migration and the psychological impact on victims of security forces, and we are honored to have as chief guest of honor Mr. Lauren Dubois, Chief of Mission of the International Organization for Migration, as speaker. JK Institute of Leadership and Counseling Fellows and members are expected to demonstrate the finest leadership qualities and attributes with strong emotional intelligence that should be benchmarks for younger and aspiring members of the Institute. These qualities that are associated with sound leadership and professional should manifest in their day-to-day activities through integrity, transparency, and accountability. At this time, I want to introduce and recognize JKU Institute of Leadership and Counseling Membership Officer, Mr. Cornelius again, who will call off the names of our new inductees. Mr. Cornelius, please. Can you have a mic? Thank you.
Good day, everyone, and welcome once again. Please, as I mentioned, already here, so we wish to just stand up and take a seat, repeat after me. Take your words. I, do solemnly proclaim that I will
Institute of Leadership and Counseling. As a fellow, I will perform my duties, fulfill my obligations to the Institute and my employer honestly, faithfully, and according to the laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That I will abide by the tenets of transparency, responsible work ethics, inspired leadership, and refrain from acts to bring the Institute of Leadership and Counseling into the so help me God.
I welcome you as the newest fellows and fellow member of the JKU Institute of Leadership and Counseling. Congratulations. Sorry, that's not it. Sorry. Thank you.
All our fellows will receive a fellowship pin that all our fellows will receive for all formal ceremonies. All our formal ceremonies, pinning for receive this. Then we'll also receive the membership certificate of the institute. Then you also receive customized plaque. That's really of the institute. Receive customized plaque. At this time, I want to Sophie, can I have you? Yes. Hello. Some complete, yes. minister. You also receive this customized things, for you also receive. Yes. That's what to identify the plaque. So please, I come to present to our chairman first. Formally, I present to is formally distinguished award fellowship recipient. It's please, both of you come down to present to. You pin this for him, so that you present to. No, you present for himself. Yes. On behalf of Sir Mike,
once again, congratulations.
you want to formally present them as fellows of the
On behalf of the GKU Leadership and Counseling Institute, I present to you this plaque as a memorial of you being inducted as a fellow of the Institute today, 12th of October 2023. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Mr. Ambrose Mr. Ambrose Okapo, on behalf of the Institute, I present to you this memorial today as you have been inducted as a fellow of this. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's not yet finished. Finished. Yes. I removed one. I'm still looking for. Thank you. Mr. Responsible of this. Bring one more. Okay, it is. You do me, because if it's empty, check what I did.
Certainly not you.
Yeah, yes. Oh, okay, I think it's that.
On behalf of the JKU Institute of Leadership and Counseling, I present to you this memorial this day as you have been inducted as a fellow of the Institute. Congratulations.
Thank
You can finish for her. You can finish.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, then yeah. Okay, then let's start. One. Yeah. If you can, no, you say for yes. Yeah, we'll take a good photograph.
Ms. Joy Emerson, on behalf of this, I presenting this memorial as you have been inducted as a fellow of Institute today. Congratulations.
Okay, group photograph. The print, yes.
She's a fellow. She said she's not a fellow. Okay, for the picture.
Sorry, ma, move a bit because the camera is not capturing.
No, wait. You have yours. Oh, you have yours. Yes.
It's not it. Thank you, sir.
Okay, let's all representatives please come for a group photograph. Yes, yes, for group photograph, yes.
For the flags?
Yes, you want the plaque? Yeah, we can do with the plaque and without the plaque.
Okay.
We can do with the plaque and without the plaque. That is my phone.
Sorry?
With my phone.
Where's the phone? I should go hold.
No, but I'm still expecting the letter to that. I'm bringing it.
Wait, please hold on.
Remove it, yeah. Open it, yes, so that I can better.